roster obviously comes out, a couple guys of note to see on there. We're having Ryan Winterton making the team. What's kind of the conversation been with him about the opportunity that he's got here and how he's earned it?
Yeah, I mean, he came into camp prepared just like they all did. He worked. In my mind, he's shown a good ability to understand and read the defensive side of the game. He's got great speed, and so for me, he fits into an area where we're schooling him on penalty killing and trying to find a role for him that is best suited for him, and I think we've done that, and now it's just about continuing to grow for him.
What is it? It looked like you had him play next to Stevie and Mush out there. What is it about how those two guys kind of play, or what they bring, that you think could complement his game?
Well, again, the speed of Winterton can complement those two guys. Chandler can skate. Marchie's really good in tight and around the net, so we think that they'll complement each other from that standpoint. But again, a lot of times roster and lines on day 1, game 1 are very, very different on day 10, game 5, right? So we just have to continue to find what is the best chemistry, which we've been, trying to do all camp.
When you talk about speed for him or a guy like Kraken, is it not just breakout speed, but in the zone? I mean, what sort of is there besides being able to skate fast?
Yeah, it's quickness. It's quickness to elude, quickness to escape. Certainly with Gatton, for example, his ability, his first 3 steps to elude and evade people. Obviously, let's just be honest. He's not going to outmuscle Jamie Alexiak in a battle in the corner. So it's just those first 3 steps, that quickness, that really helps a player like him or any other player.
When you look at those 3 younger players, Yanni Newman included, what is your messaging to them ongoing? You said rosters can obviously change. What's the challenge or maybe the encouragement you're going to give to them on a regular basis to get them where their game is telling them they're going to be?
Well, positive and just continue to work with them. We've got our staff, Justin Rye, Jessica, Chris and Aaron. They're doing a really good job of continuing to work with these players, because every day is going to be a challenge. It's a challenge for whether you're a 15-year vet or a rookie. Every day is going to be a challenge, and so we just have to keep working with them and stay positive. Things there's going to be good days, and there's going to be days where there's a little bit of adversity. So how do we get through those days, and how do we continue to build and grow?
What differences, just so far through training camp, have you noticed with Chandler compared to when you were last together in Washington, if any?
Yeah, I mean, when I was with him in Washington, he was a young player, so he was no different than some of our younger players that we have now in terms of still learning. Again, he's learning now. Like, we did power play and penalty kill today. He killed, and we have to continue working with him on exactly what we want. But certainly there's an element of leadership, an element of a veteran presence there. He's not a young man anymore. He's a man, and he's relied on and going to be relied on for our hockey team.
What can the younger forwards on this team now kind of learn from him specifically, or take away from observing?
Well, I think that whether it be Chandler or any other of our older players, I think we've got good veteran players that are able to mentor these guys. Certainly, again, from a standpoint, any player that came into the league young, myself included, you look to the veteran players to help you out in different situations.
Lane, how good was it to have Brandon Montour back with the group, getting some reps on his legs and with the team?
It was good to see him. Certainly, it's much better than not seeing him, and I thought, for the most part, we'll see how he progresses after today and how he feels after today. But I thought for the most part, he did pretty much everything, and that was a good sign.
When you have 3 goalies on the roster, what, if anything, does that that change in terms of practice and preparation? How do you make sure everyone gets the reps they need?
That's a great question, actually. I think our goaltending coach, Colin Zuliano, has done a great job. We've gone through this, at length in preparation for training camp and, heading into the regular season as to how we can best keep everyone sharp. And certainly he's done a great job of that, whether it be through, practice reps. Clearly the goaltenders are out on the ice, a half an hour early. If you have two goalies, a lot of times you're only out on the ice 15 minutes early. So there's you have a situation where maybe Joey doesn't go out and Gruby and Murray do. If one of those two plays, then they wouldn't go out. So there's different ways of managing it, and there's certainly some positives to that in terms of giving each other proper rest too when they're playing. And Joey's going to play a decent amount here, and I'm not going to announce the starting goaltenders, but certainly there's going to be times when he's going to need rest as well. Okay, thanks.